Before this video continues any further, make sure you click the first link down below in the description. Watch that video so you know exactly what I'm talking about, because this video I'm making right now is a video response to someone who made a video response to the main video down below in the description.
I got a message in my inbox, and it was about a video, and this person said, watch this video and tell me what you think. So I watched that video, and basically it took me by surprise, because the woman in that video, and you know which video I'm talking about, showed extreme courage to stand up for her people and her country, surrounded by people that absolutely hate her, and would probably do a lot worse to her if she didn't have a child with her.
Her people? I'm going to assume you just mean yourself and the other white supremacists you support. And what's this about courage? Does it really take courage for me to walk into my fellow classroom and the majority of people are Japanese, Asian, you got Asian people, you got Africans, you got black, you have all these different types of ethnic groups, and I just start going out and say, I use racial slurs. I walk in that classroom and I point to the closest Korean and call him a fish head. And that black guy over there, which is sitting in the corner, I call him the N-word. Does that really take courage? Well, if I want everyone to beat the living shit out of me, that's a good way to start. Sadly, you do not know the definition of courage.
Yes, I'm talking about the very infamous video right now, My Tram Experience, which was uploaded by a passenger, a black passenger on the train, who basically uploaded it saying that this woman was racist and that she was confronting people. Although the true story probably won't be told. I believe that this woman was probably provoked into that argument.
Where in the video is she provoked? You're just speculating here. You're just saying, well, I think she was provoked, therefore she's justified in saying and acting the way she does and using coarse profanity with her child sitting on her lap. Yeah, she was provoked. Because she was provoked, it's justified.
Argument. But I'm not going to necessarily get into that video totally, like what exactly happened. You know, basically this woman, I think she's 34, she was with a child and she got into an argument with some of the non-whites on the tram, and basically it just went back and forth, you know. But it was what the woman said, which is important. And what that woman said was that this isn't Britain anymore. It was Britain, but it isn't. All you immigrants have completely changed Britain, culturally, racially, everything. Now, I admit, what she said was a bit rugged. She's not a violin, she's a guitar, but she still said it okay. Okay? You know, I said in my bulletin earlier on when I posted the video to you people, so that's how many of you may already know about it, was that obviously she didn't come across as somebody who was very intelligent.
Now that's an ironic statement. She doesn't come across as very intelligent. But apparently you haven't even watched your own video. Much less have you ever looked at yourself.
She does seem very working class, but at the end of the day, she still spoke the truth.
She still spoke the truth? Number one, racial abuse has no place in our society today. Number two, this is not a display of British spirit. It is a display of racial hatred. Even if this woman had been provoked, what she said was disgusting, especially in front of small children, especially her own son.
She said what millions of other people are thinking but will not see it.
Millions of other people? No, not millions. You and the other few select or maybe growing number of white supremacists. It's interesting that you say millions, because if you go to your video, you can almost see 6,000 dislikes, and the majority of all the people commenting are in fact British people outcasting you, telling you how disgusted they are by what you're saying. How you are what makes Britain look bad. These are fellow Britonians calling you out.
She said it on a bus, absolutely surrounded by these people. Okay? So, you know, she showed amazing courage, and it's a shame that she's probably going to get arrested if she hasn't been already. But the message of that video was strong. And I believe it shows that British people, even surrounded by their enemies.
Now this is where I have the biggest problem in this video, is where he says enemy, as if anyone of a different ethnic group, color of skin is the enemy. I know a lot of black people, I know some Japanese, Asian, Polish, but not one of them, or even two of them, or four of them, are like a little prick like you. If we did not have different cultures, the only thing we would be stuck with is damn fish and chips, and I hate fish. And I suggest that you go back to school because science has proven that we, the first humans, came from Africa and then later spread to other countries. Therefore, my friend, you have African DNA and that your relatives most likely, most definitely, were black Africans. So to conclude that, all I gotta say is...
shut the fuck up!
Today will not give up. And that is something we can take from that video and say this is positive. Now a lot of people will say that video is negative. Oh, you know, she's making British people look bad, she's making... No, she isn't. Actually, I would be more ashamed if she had backed down and said sorry and blabbed on about how she didn't mean it and that. That would be embarrassing. But the fact that she stood her ground...
Quote, stood her ground. I'm sorry, but different skin color does not make someone the enemy. As decent people, we should respect one another regardless of their race or their color.
And, you know, it went all the way, even when that black woman was screaming in her face. And
quote you, that black woman screaming in her face? So let me get this straight. A black woman asking a woman kindly and nicely to not use profanity in front of children is considered screaming in her face. But then I gotta remind myself that you would probably say, oh, she was provoked, so therefore she wouldn't have said anything if she hadn't been provoked first. Could you please display at least 1% of intellectual honesty?
People crowding around her. Yes, that's courage, and that's positive, because that showed British spirit. So this is my response to that Tram video. Now I know loads of people who find this video will probably not be expecting this argument. They'll probably be expecting me to say, so I watched that video, and I am disgusted.
The only argument you make in this whole video is that you are a white supremacist, racist bastard. That is what you are.
How that British woman thinks that Britain can be Britain is disgusting. Britain is obviously not Britain. Because it's called Britain, but it's not Britain. Do you know what I mean? It's confusing, but that's just the way political correctness is, okay? So yeah, it's not one of this video, it's a video saying, fuck you, because Britain is Britain. And it will always be Britain. It is Great Britain, it is Britannia. It will never change. No matter how much you like it.
I swear, I am becoming more stupid every time I watch your video. But quite frankly, you embarrass yourself more than that lady who was in question on the tram. You just contradicted yourself. Britain has changed because of immigration. But then you say, Britain will never change. Point of view is so ill-educated and narrow-minded that you're a joke.
But you can't have a first world country with a third world population.
You know that flag that's on the background of your wall? Did you know that flag was fought for by Turks, Gurkhas, and a whole large range of ethnicities fighting alongside Britain? Did you know that?
So, theoretically, yes. If we keep going the same way we are now, Britain will be changed. But I don't think so, because what that woman showed me was that British spirit is still alive. It is still alive. And that is something we can take away from that video, despite all the negatives, and say that was good. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video.
But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. The thing I don't understand about racist pricks like this guy is the fact that he's complaining about immigrants which are ruining his country, yet what exactly has he done for Britain besides sitting in his room with a flag behind on his wall complaining about ethnic and racial minorities? So the people who are actually contributing to society, regardless of their race, are not the ones complaining about British society changing. I'm Mr. Repzion, also known as Daniel Silsbach. Peace the rep out, and by all means, let's take a stance and fight against racism.